Beautiful people, welcome back to Farmer Freak. It is Wednesday, the 28th of June. It is time to pick up our day old chicks. Now, to cut the whole story short, I did want to show you from transportation from Douala right to Limbe, guys. So, this is we've arrived, Farmer Freak. We went in for 37 cartons, which come in 51 chicks per carton. Of course, you know the extra one is just a bonus, it's a gift. Normally it should be 50 per carton. Okay, so that will sum up to around 1,830 something. Okay, yeah, I really wanted to have 2,000, but I didn't have. I'm thankful, I'm grateful for this number. So you can see how healthy these guys are looking. Remember, if you've been watching my previous videos, one of the tips I used to tell you about raising day-old chicks is that your brooder must have been prepared. Okay, if you watched my previous video. Now, one thing you also want to do once you arrive your farm, if you didn't do this from where you picked up your day-old chicks, which I advise you do that there, is to count individual cartons if the number is correct, or if there are some deathbed in there, you can have the time to change it there. Okay, so one thing about brooding day-old chicks is just about the temperature, right? Now remember, we should be at, from day one, we should be at 31 degrees to 33 degrees. That's from day one to day three. Okay, so what we have just now is 27, which is not enough. We are going to be adding the heat. Now we went in for a good pre-starter feed to kickstart them up goodly. Now you can also see we have our anti-stress, because driving for a distance of like an hour 30 minutes, they must have stressed up. So you want to start them off with an anti-stress, with a good feed to kickstart their metabolism, guys. Now you can see we have all these ready. We have spreaded them, and we are going to be lighting our fires just really soon in order to add up the heat. So this is what I do. I count them again. Two. I should have something like 25, and then plus an extra one, to make sure that we have 51 per carton. Okay, and doing this exercise on this batch, I found out that yes, we got 51 for about 80% of the cartons. 51. Some were short by 2, some were short by 1, some were over by 2 or 3. So it compensates the short cartons, right? So that is just how things work. Okay, so these guys have traveled for like 2 hours, but they are still looking healthy. Plus, when they get their anti-stress, they are just going to be fine. Plus, a good temperature of their brooder, good feed, good water, availability of water all around them. That is what you need, guys, for a good startup brooding, right? So we're just gonna do this, count individual cartons, and before you know it, we must have had all of them in the brooder, and you're gonna be seeing how they are kicking up their first day of brooding. And I'm going to be bringing you much more result as we proceed. Okay, so you want to stick around. Now, excitedly, we only lost 4, I would say 5 birds. Okay, 5 birds from picking up to arriving the farm. You can see them just there, 5 birds only, which from my experience, it is really awesome. It is really minimal. Okay, now you can see we have spreaded our guys in there. You can see how healthy they are looking. Well, you can tell that the temperature is good when you see them evenly spreaded that way. When you see them by the wall side, it tells us another thing, right? So you can see our guys, they have access to an anti-stress the moment we unbox them. They have access to feed the moment we unbox them. And then we also have our heat source there. During the day, we don't normally use our heat bulbs. Those bulbs you see there, they are 100 watt. And when we light them, it really compensates the heat, okay? So for now, we are going in with our wood, with our fire, which some people have been asking, isn't the smoke a problem? But I don't think the smoke is a problem to the birds, okay? Yeah, too much of it too is not good, right? You just want to keep an eye. So you can see we had to split the brooder into two so as to make the heat accumulate, so that we don't waste much heat, right? So we are going to be blocking, partitioning this with a tarpaulin very soon, and then you're going to be seeing that what will happen is that our temperature will increase. We are going to save more on charcoal or on electricity or on firewood, right? So these guys are already on. They are feeding. They are drinking. You just want to keep an eye for weak birds. You want to keep an eye for tired birds. Such birds, you can individually pick them up and help them to drink from the anti-stress, help them to feed, help them. Remember, these guys are just like your babies, okay? From day old, you know what to do with babies, right? That is just what brooding is all about, right? You just want to be there. Once you unbox them, they have all they need. Leave them for like 2 hours and then come back to check for signs of weakness, signs of tiredness, right? Check your temperature. If it is good, there are several ways to tell if your temperature is good or not. First, when you see them evenly spreaded, it tells you that the temperature is good. But when you see them by the wall side, it also tells you something different, right? Which you want to watch my previous videos. I have a video explaining detailedly about temperature and how to maintain an adequate temperature for your brooder, right? So for me, what I'm seeing just now, the guys are doing fine. They are evenly spreaded. They are drinking, they are feeding, and they are jumping around, right? We are just gonna give them like 2 hours and then come back later, right? Now, the wood I'm going in for, this is a rainy season. We have some small challenges with wood, most of which are very wet, but again, it all boils down to preparation, right? Preparation, you must have acquired your wood 1 week before, leave it to dry and things like that, right? It's all about preparation, but we are going to be making sure that the temperature rises to 31 to 33 degrees, right? So we even have 37 degrees, 39 degrees, but then you have to observe their behavior, signs of tiredness, signs of whatever, which you can tell from their behavior, right? Okay, you can see what is happening just now. From day old, guys, you want to keep an eye. Look at this one. Accidents can happen, can occur in your brooder. So that is why you don't just want to throw in your bird and then go and get a bottle of beer. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be present there. See what is happening there. Help them to be accommodated, right? Remember, they are just like newborn babies. You're bringing them into this world, and you have a responsibility to make sure that they are comfortable, especially in their new home, which you call brooder, right? So you want to go around as much as you can, help the weak bird to drink, help the weak bird to feed, right? Because there are so many weak birds. When it comes to day old, you can see this one just now. This one is weak. This one is lame. The eyes are even closed. You can see right there. With such a bird, you have to separate. You should have an emergency section where you keep these kind of birds, you group them, and then you can later pay more attention to them. You can see me attending to the bird. The eyes are now open, right? That is what caring is all about to your birds, right? So I'm just going to separate this flock from the others, and then I'm going to pay more attention to eat, right? Okay, I'm going to be coming back later for eat. So we just keep going. We just keep going around, checking them, signs of weakness, checking them if there is a special need. Yeah, birds also have special need and things like that. Going around, checking the temperature, making sure it is adequate to what we need for day 1 to day 3, okay? And then making sure that all the things are put in place. Another thing is drinkers and feeders shouldn't be far away from the birds. You want to make that available all around the brooder, right? That is to help them to feed more, and to drink more. If you can achieve that, because you have a responsibility, you have a goal to achieve within 24 hours to 48 hours, you should make sure to test their cube. Did I pronounce it correctly? Their cube. I didn't demonstrate that, but if they have really fed for 24 hours, you should make sure to have achieved at least 80% of your entire flock to have fed very well, and you will see their cube under the neck. It will tell you that they have really eaten, and that is a good start. Okay, some people might achieve this within 48 hours. Okay, but whatever it is, you want to pick like randomly 50 birds. After 24 hours, pick randomly 50 birds and check for their coop. If their coop is filled with feed, some is hard, some is soft, but you should be able. So you can see we are right now at 30. We are increasing the temperature. We are increasing, so we should be around 31 to 33 to be good for the first 3 days. Okay, remember, it is temperature that really help these guys to stay comfortable. Okay, temperature versus ventilation. So we are going to be blocking and partitioning this place. The reason why our temperature is still down, because we haven't partitioned it. Once we do that, we are going to achieve the maximum temperature we need. Now remember, you shouldn't joke with your biosecurity. Now we do this every time. You can see the bigger pen right there. We have thoroughly cleaned it, and it has been down like this for like 2 weeks, well disinfected, making sure that we are waiting for these guys. Once they are out of the brooder, we are sending them there. Now assessing this brooder, not everyone gets in this brooder. Okay, I'm taking my biosecurity very seriously this time around, because I have experienced from my past badges. I've experienced some lapses, and which led us to higher mortalities, right? So what I'm just going to be doing just now is I'm going to be putting some disinfectant right there. Anyone accessing the brooder, we are just 2 of us here, me and one of my worker. We are responsible for this brooding. No one else should be assessing. But even at that, we have to disinfect our legs before we enter. I recommended you Vicon from my last video. I'm not doing a promo for them, just what I use to be powerful. My mentor recommended this to me, and I'm recommending it to you too. So I just need a spoon and a half of Vicon, and then put some water, and then put it in the hole you saw just now by the door. So anytime we want to access the brooder, we must make sure to steep or to dip our feet or our legs in there, our feet, sorry, in there. It helps for disinfection, right? Because you don't just want to go out, carry whatever bacteria into the brooder. You may be harming the birds, guys. Biosecurity is cheap, okay, compared to the consequences if you don't, right? Again, I repeat, biosecurities, these little actions, they are very cheap compared to the consequences if you don't, right? Okay, remember, I've disinfected this brooder like 3 different times prior to receiving our birds. This is to make sure that we are safe, right? That's just how it is done. You dip your legs, you dip your feet before you access the brooder, okay? This way we know we are safe. The floor is clean, the brooder is clean, and we maintain hygiene and sun. So if you put all of these tips and practices together, then you are at a very good start of brooding your day-old chicks, guys. So you want to stick around this channel, because I'm gonna be bringing you day 3 performance, and then I'm also going to be bringing you day 7. And as we go along the way, guys, we really hope and we really strive to make this batch the best of the best, guys. So stick around.